Hey everybody, this is TrasiBea at TrasiBea.com. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of something about myself. For those that have been following my videos, you all know that I've been working on doing wellness, total body wellness, about weight loss, encouraging others to do the same, talking about making changes in your lives, the necessary changes in your lives to make lifestyle changes, and a few other self-help videos. But what I haven't told you is the story behind all of that. What led me to being the person that I am today and doing what I'm doing. I've always been the type of person that will get into something and they go in wholeheartedly and they give their 100%. But for the past few years, I've been the type of person that makes excuses. Now, I will admit that I've made several excuses on why I didn't do certain things. I've been in the same business for the past 29 years this year. 29 years in the same career. And I'm a young person. I'm only 43. So, that being said, you do the math. I'm about to be 44 this year. 15 years old, I started in the industry that I'm in. And I've gone to the top. Very successful in the industry the career that I'm doing. But it's been 29 years coming up. And honestly, when I first thought about it, I was very afraid of wanting to do something different. I've always been in this one field, and honestly moving to another one was making me a little nervous. I was a little afraid about the decision that I was eventually going to make. And a lot of times people make excuses on things, on why, because they don't want to feel that fear. They make the excuse because they don't want to fail. They make excuses because it's easier to make an excuse on why you're not going to do it before you try, just to save face. A lot of people are very humbled individuals. They're very strong individuals, and they don't want to be seen as anything less than that. So they make an excuse on why not. Simply, why not? Instead of focusing on their why, they get complacent. They end up stagnating themselves because they want to save face, because they don't want to seem weak, whatever. But I tell you, my 29 years being in this industry, the industry that I'm in, I didn't do it because I was afraid. I did it because I loved it. And if I still had the passion that I've had for so many years, the desire to do for so many years, if I still had that same tenacity, I would not have ever had room for considering to do something different. But the way life works, I am considering doing something different. That's the one reason why I got into Total Life Changes. It's still the same field, but I get to concentrate on everybody instead of just a group. So, that being said, my reasoning and my excuses didn't come into play when it came to Total Life Changes. When I decided to get with this company, like I said before in other videos, I was a customer first, and then I learned about the business piece, and I thought it was very important for me to get into. It was something that I could do that would satisfy both of the fields that I've ever worked in, fields I've studied in and fields I've worked in: nutrition and social and services, human services. That is, I can help people to get healthy on a grander scale. So when it came to that and making that decision, I didn't have any excuses. It was something that I knew that I had to do. That decision that I made I made it earnestly. I made it without having to think about it. That was something that I knew that I needed to do, and I knew what my why was. I didn't focus on, when I made the decision, when I started the business, when I started my team, I did not focus on a why not. Because if I would focus on a why not, working with a network marketing, I would fail. There's absolutely no room for failure for me at this point. I'm going into a whole new career, a new aspect of my career, emptying the nest. I don't have room for excuses. I just don't. I've never been the type of person to accept excuses from others on why they couldn't do things, not only because I've always been in management, but also because when people make excuses, they cut themselves out. And I won't allow people in my life, people around me, to make excuses because I don't want them to fail. I don't want people to be stuck in the same place that they're in. I don't want that for them. Even though they feel it's easier for them, I try to do things to help to encourage folks to want more for their lives than what they have. I've never been, type of person that was conscious on a whole lot of stuff. I've been self-conscious a lot, but I didn't make excuses. Never made excuses. Been self-conscious about a lot of things. I'm very self-conscious about my weight. When it came to that, I've always been athletic. Played sports since 4 years old. Organized sports since 4. I was in first grade at 4. Organized sports. So, getting overweight and being overweight and making it and not being able to move around was a very humbling experience for me. Not being able to move around like I wanted to. But I did not make any excuses. I've been a basketball player since 6. And, even at 247 pounds, I still played basketball. Still got up and down that court. May have taken me a little bit longer, but you better believe I got up and down that court. Because I didn't want to make excuses for myself on why I can't do this, why I can't do that. Well, my knees, so I can't. No. When you play sports, you learn to play through the pain. And sports, I've always said I can use a sports analogy for anything. It emulates life. Life emulates sports. Sports emulate art. And life emulates art. So with that being said, when you make excuses for not being able to do something, you make an excuse for life. You don't want to make excuses for your life. You always want to make sure that when you're going through your day-to-day stuff, you find a reason why you need to do it, not why not. That'll help you in the long run. Find a reason why you need to do something, not why you don't need to do it. And do that for yourself, and you'll be a better off individual. If you don't have encouraging people in your life, that may be an excuse why you don't do stuff too. Find some encouraging people in your circle. Get somebody around you that's going to boost up what you want to do for yourself, not shut it down. And it'll help you to not want to shut down for yourself. I tell you, when you start saying yes and stop making excuses on why not, and start giving reasons why, you will feel so much better. I promise you will feel so much better. Try it out. Tomorrow when you get up and you don't feel like going to work and you're saying, oh man, Wisconsin is cold right now, so we find plenty of reasons why we don't want to get out of bed, but we know that we have to. So the excuse, we can't use it. So that's something, if you're in that situation where you just in the morning, right off the bat, you don't want to do something, because give yourself a reason why you should. Okay? Try that every morning. Something, anything that's in your life that you would normally make an excuse for. Try not to make an excuse for it and see how far you get in your day. I promise you will be better off for it.